Every single state in this country is flush with cash. And when we're not flush with cash, we're the ones going to the taxpayers and asking for taxes for meals, for communities, for income tax increases, for sales tax increases like we did during the recession. And every single time we sell that to the taxpayers, we say, well, it's only going to be X amount of money per day, or X amount of money per gallon. And now we're using those same excuses to raise taxes against the reason why we should give temporarily tax relief. And I just don't see the logic in that. We have a robust economy for two reasons, in my opinion. One being from the federal stimulus, and the second, and the primary reason, being because of the hardworking ingenuity of the Massachusetts workers. This is 24 cents a gallon till Labor Day. We're not asking for 2 years or 3 years. We're saying right now, we have a war going on in Eastern Europe that provides a tremendous amount of uncertainty. We had, prior to that war, inflation that we can't control. We printed a lot of money in this country, and that has ramifications on the value of our dollar. And so with all of this going on, and with seeing the rising gas prices, we as a caucus, and hopefully as a body, are saying, we hear you, we see you. When we need help, as a government, when we need money, we go to you. And now that we're flush with cash, let's give some of it back to you. Now's the time to do this. When you talk about the states that the senator from Sutton had mentioned, you're talking about some states that are blue, some states that are purple, some states that are red. And 24 cents a gallon may not be a lot, but we have 64% of the United States population living paycheck to paycheck. So if they fill up twice a week, that could be a couple Happy Meals for their kids. We don't know the circumstances of every single person, unfortunately, that live in our districts, that live in our state. But I can guarantee you there are people in this state that $7 matters to every single week. And we should address that. And we can address that. We have a tremendous amount of resources. And that's due to a lot of hard work, especially from the chairman of Ways and Means and this collective body. I love working with all of you in growing our state, in investing in things that matter, and making sure that we take care of our communities and that we take care of our people. This may seem small, and yes, it's complicated as far as the backfilling of the bonds and all that other stuff that goes with it. And this may not be the right way to do it, but you know what? Let's recess. Let's collectively get together and figure out a way to get more money in the pockets of the people of our communities that need it the most. It's been one of our top core priorities that we have done. As the gentleman from Westport said, we've given out 500,000 checks to low-income individuals. And you know what? When we talk about equity and we talk about the gas tax, there is a component with that. There's a lot of people who are at the upper echelon of the income bracket, and they're still at home. They're working in financial services. They have companies that can program certain elements for them to be able to work at home. The majority of people who can't work at home are lower income individuals. They're the ones that are driving 20, 30, 40 miles to their job. They're working long, hard hours, doing a lot of jobs that a lot of people wouldn't do. And so when they take that 60-mile commute to work for not that much money, but luckily, more money than they made the year before and the year before that because of this body and this legislature rising up those people and lifting the minimum wage. When they go back to their home, that $7 that they spend at the pump, that they spend at gas taxes, that might matter to them. I would ask you to think about this, collectively think about this. Look at what's happening nationally, look at what's happening internationally, and say, is this the right time to spend some of the enormous amount of reserves that this state has in giving a small amount of tax relief to the people of this state who have built our economy into one of the most robust economies in this entire country, really the entire world. We've done this collectively. We've worked on tougher issues than this. This is to give some back, to make sure that people, as they're coming out of the pandemic, and that was the barrier to seeing our beautiful state, that the next barrier is not that they can't travel because gas tax is too expensive. We can do this. Collectively, we can do this. Other legislatures are. Let's work together and get this done.